It's Jason from discover.smashpop.net, and we're looking at the Nokia Lumia 1520, latest device from Nokia with a 6-inch screen. Now before we move on, let's take a look at the hardware. The 1520 has a 6-inch screen and a clear black display. That means the black is really black and it's very visible even under bright sunlight. And the red one I have here is actually glossy. It comes in a few colors: red, white, yellow and black, but only the red one is glossy. The others are matte. And it has a 20 megapixel camera, crow's eyes optics, pure view. So it has all the perks of, you know, the low light photography, the zoom and the reframing and all those things that you see before on the Nokia Lumia 1020. Now on the right of the phone is actually the camera button, the power button, and also the volume toggle. The top here is actually the headphone jack. Nothing much on the right side, the left side, apart from the nano SIM slot and also the micro SD slot. At the back here is the micro USB port. Alright, now the inside of the phone is actually very amazing. It's powered by a quad-core 2.2 GHz processor, Qualcomm Snapdragon 800, and the screen is actually very high res. It's full HD, 1920 by 1080p, so you can view full HD movies on the screen itself without compressing of the resolution. Alright, now let's take a look at the inside. Now with the bigger screen means more space, right? That's why you can now see an additional column on the right here, the third column, apart from the two column that you see on all other Windows Phone 8 devices. And everything else looks the same, just that it's a lot bigger. As you can see here, it's more spacious, and you can see more lines of text, of course. And it has a lot of new apps from Nokia. So for example, we have the Nokia Refocus, we have Nokia Camera, and a lot of other apps here. Let me switch to the Nokia section. Now you get Nokia Beamer, Nokia Cinemagraph, Radio Studio, Glammy, Mix Radio, and Storyteller, which was announced the same time as the 1520. It basically lets you take pictures, and based on the location, it will plot all these pictures on the map, and you can see all the pictures taken. It's like a trail. It's like a history of where you've been and the photo you've taken, plus all the attractions near the places you've been. Now apart from that, there's this thing called Refocus. Refocus basically lets you take a picture and then focus on whichever spot in the photo that you want after that. So for example, here's a picture I've taken before. Not sure if you can see it. Now this truck is actually in focus, but if I want to focus on, say, the poster in the background, I just need to tap it and it will become focused. The truck now will become blur. Now let me go closer and hope I can show you more. If I tap on this yellow stick here, it will eventually be in focus, and not the back and not the front. So basically I can actually pick where I want to focus on, and that particular spot will be sharp. Alright, now apart from that, you can also set everything to be in focus by pressing this button, and everything will be sharp. The poster, the thing in the middle, and also the thing in the front. And if I want to highlight certain color in the picture, I just need to tap that area. So every other color will be desaturated except that color that I point to. Apart from that, if I want to click on, say, this yellow stick, only the yellow stick will be in color, everything else will be black and white. Another amazing thing that comes with this is that when you upload this to Facebook, people can actually refocus by themselves from Facebook itself. So it's not a focus and save thing, so it's a live focus thing. Alright, now apart from that, of course, you have the Nokia camera, which is the same as the Nokia 1020 camera. There you get all your metal settings. It's like exposure, your ISO, your white balance, whether you want it to be bluish or you want it to be yellowish, you can just set it all here. And if you don't want, you can actually change it to an auto mode, which is simpler for everyday use. So you get 3 options: speed, auto mode, and night mode. Then apart from that, you get the usual flash controls. So yeah, apart from that, you get the usual apps now, like Instagram. What else? Instagram, you know, notifications, and then you get to see your own profile. So it's basically the original Instagram app now on Windows Phone. Apart from that, you get Waze as well. If you love traveling and if you have been using Waze on other platforms, you can now use Waze on this 6-inch Lumia device. It's basically the same, but it has a nicer interface now, like a Windows 8 interface, and here as well. The Twitter app is quite nice. The thing is, the Twitter app now has an option for you to change the theme color. So instead of white, you can actually change it to black, and you can go to settings here. It can also take over your lock screen. Configure lock screen, yes. So with this option turned on, it will take over your lock screen and show you interesting tweets whenever you switch on the lock screen. Now let me show you how it's done. It's basically configuring now, and it's done now. Let me switch off the phone and switch it on again. Now note that to switch on the screen, I don't need to press any button. I just need to double tap and the screen is turned on. Now as you can see here, it shows me an interesting tweet that has been promoted or retweeted a lot of times. It will be shown on the lock screen. So that's basically it. The Nokia Lumia 1520 is basically the same as the 1020, but a 20 megapixel camera instead of 41, and a 6-inch screen instead of a 4.5 inch. So it depends whether you like a bigger screen or a more amazing camera. But then again, this camera is good enough. It's a little bit cheaper than the 1020. So if I were you, I would actually get this. But then again, if you have a small pocket on your pants, you might probably need to pick the smaller one, which is a 1020. Alright, so if you have any questions, do contact me, and also check out the blog post, because I'll be putting up blog posts and photos of this phone as well. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See ya.